Well, hey there, guys. Hope you're having a great day today. I just want to do a quick check-in with you. As most of you know, my official title here at New Life is the Connections Pastor. But I haven't always been in vocational ministry. I've been in vocational ministry for a long, long time. But when we very first moved to Asheville about 10 years ago, I was actually a business owner. I bought a franchise, became a business owner here in Asheville, and it was B2B, which just meant that most of my clients were business owners. In fact, most of them were small business owners here in Asheville, and I loved it. It was great just to get to know the business community, to hear their stories, those business owners, their hearts and their passions, and also hear their problems and to help them overcome their problems to have a successful business and really make a difference with what they were doing. So I really liked it, but just like anything else, you encounter some problems, and one of the problems that you have to overcome right away when you're in business is that selling stigma that we all know about, that we've all experienced firsthand. It's that old adage that all selling is sleazy and easy. And it comes from that picture that we have in our mind when we think about selling, of that used car guy. We all probably had an experience buying a car. Probably wasn't a pleasant one. We go in with our defenses up, ready to fight, because we think and we believe that salesperson is just there to try and rip us off. They're there to take from us as much as they can, and that they don't really care about the product that they're giving us. It's that classic, really false sales approach that just says, hey, you should only care about the when and the how you're going to collect as much money as possible from that client. And it's rare for that approach to actually think about or ask about, well, how is this sale actually going to impact long-term this person and this business? And so early on, I was fortunate enough to read through a book called Selling with a Noble Purpose. It's one of my favorite business books out there. And the writer basically, one of the things she shares is that she got hired by companies. In particular, this one story she shared was she got hired by a pharmaceutical company to identify their top sellers. And so they said, hey, we want to bring you on. We want you to share your principles with us, this idea of selling with a noble purpose in mind. So talk to all of our salespeople. We know who our top sellers are. We want you to, after you've talked to them and interviewed them, come back, tell us who you think they are. So she came back to them. She said, one of the stories I want to share with you guys is this. One of your salesperson, I was talking to her. She goes, I just want to share with you what motivates me. And I'll share it to you through a story. She said, one day I was sitting in a hospital and an older lady or a grandmother came up to me, and she noticed that I was there. I was wearing my business logo on my shirt. She goes, I noticed you've got that business logo on your shirt. Do you happen to work for that company? And she said, yes, as a matter of fact, I do. And that grandmother looked at her and she said, I just want to tell you thank you. What you do, the medicine that you sell, has changed my life. I take that medicine and it has allowed me to walk again. It has allowed me to travel again. It has allowed me to see my grandkids and my grandbabies. It has actually allowed me to get on the floor with them and play with them. So I just want you to know how much what you do has changed my life. And she said, that salesperson just relayed to her, she goes, that's the story that motivates me. That's what keeps me going, is to know that I'm actually selling to make a difference. I'm selling to help that grandmother be able to play with her grandkids again. Now, what's the point to all of this? Well, to be a great salesperson, you first have to grapple with that intrinsic motivation. You actually have to address what lies within. And listen, beloved believer, New Life Church family, I want you to hear this today. As a follower of Christ, it really is no different. Guys, our problems that we're facing today, right now in this current environment, the greed and the injustice and the prejudice that we see come out today, it didn't show up. Those things didn't show up with this virus. They were always there. They're just shining brighter right now. And so my challenge for us today, my challenge for you today, my encouragement for you today is simply this. Do you want a world that's different? Do you want a church that's different? Do you want a city and a community and a family that's different? Do you want a life that's different? Well, I would encourage you today to start from within. that it starts here with us. It starts here with you. One of my favorite passages in Scripture comes from Psalm chapter 139, verses 23 through 24, and it simply says this: "Search me, God, and know my heart. Test me and know my anxious thoughts. See if there is any offensive way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting." And guys, may the change that we seek start from within our own hearts today. I love you guys, and may God go with you as you live out your life this week.